Welcome to this tutorial on using the fine arts resources available through the IPL2. The IPL2 offers many links to high-quality resources for people who are doing research in the field of visual arts, looking for online tutorials about art techniques, or looking for information about contemporary artwork or about works sold at auction. The subject home for fine arts can be found through Resources by Subject, under the section Arts and Humanities, Fine Arts. The Fine Arts main page contains links to a variety of resources from the subcategories of architecture, collectors and collecting, craft and folk art, graphic arts and design, performing arts, photography, and film and visual arts. You can browse the links at the main level of the Fine Arts page or delve deeper into the subject categories. Alternatively, you can search for a term using the Search IPL2 search bar, which is located at the top of all IPL2 subject category pages. If you wanted to search for tutorials on drawing techniques, for example, you could look for links on the Fine Arts subject page, where, near the bottom of the page, there's a link to a site called Creative Spotlight, Art Lessons Online, Art Instruction for Beginners. This is a site that contains tutorials not only on drawing, but on working in other art media as well. Or you could go deeper into the site to the subcategory of visual arts, where you could find the same link to the art instruction blog. Alternatively, you could get even more specific and go even deeper into the site by clicking on the link titled Drawing on the left-hand side of the Visual Arts page, which would take you to the Drawing subject category, IPL, Arts and Humanities, Fine Arts, Visual Arts, Drawing. On that page, you could find the Art Instruction blog resource again. If you want to search for digital images of works by a certain artist or in a certain style, for biographies of a certain artist or summaries of a certain style, again, you can search in several different ways. By browsing resources on the Fine Arts subject page, by browsing subcategories, or by searching for an artist's name or for the name of a style of art using the Search IPL2 search bar. Let's say you wanted to search for biographical or art historical information about the 19th century American painter Martin Johnson Heade. You could start looking for resources on the Fine Arts subject page. By scrolling down the page and scanning the summaries of linked to sites, you might choose the resource The Archive, over 2,000 scanned images of fine art, historical background on art and artists, theory and criticism, and rotating gallery exhibitions. On the Archive main page, towards the bottom of the page, centered horizontally, is a search bar where you could enter the term Martin Johnson Heade or just Heade. After clicking Enter, you would be taken to a results page where there are almost 90 relevant results from the archive, including a biography and many links to digital images of Heade paintings. You could go deeper into the Fine Arts category by clicking the link to the Visual Arts subcategory on the left-hand side of the page. Or, once you're in the Visual Arts subcategory, you could get even more specific by clicking on the link to the Painting subcategory of Visual Arts. Please be aware that some of the resources listed at this level are also listed at higher levels. In this case, a direct search for Martin Johnson Heade using the Search IPL2 search bar would not turn up any usable results. But it's worth a try for other search terms, as you can often find a direct link to a worthwhile resource without the sometimes extensive browsing involved in other search methods. If you were looking for a biography of Martin Johnson Heade, you could search in the ways I've just mentioned. This time, let's try the Web Gallery of Art, links to which can be found on the Fine Arts Visual Arts Painting page, the Fine Arts Visual Arts page, and, at the top level, on the Fine Arts page. On the Web Gallery of Arts search page, click H on the Artist Index menu bar and either scroll down the H page until you see the entry for Heade, Martin Johnson, or search for Heade using the page search keyboard shortcut Ctrl F for Windows, Command F for Mac. Clicking on the link for Heade, Martin Johnson, will take you to a page with a link to a biography and 2 images of Heade paintings. This particular biography is quite short though. To find information on a style of art, it's probably fastest to click on the links for different art media on the left-hand side of the page. Martin Johnson Heade is considered to have been part of the style of painting known as Luminism, so let's click on the link for Visual Arts. A page search of both the Visual Arts category and the Painting subcategory comes up with no instances of Luminism. Let's go back to the top-level Fine Arts page and try to find a link for Art Lex, a According to its description, the ArtLex Dictionary of Visual Art is for artists, art students, and art educators in art production, art criticism, art history, aesthetics, and art education. That sounds promising. Clicking on the link, we're taken to the ArtLex homepage. An index is on the left-hand side of the page. Click on the hyperlink for LJ through LZ, or scroll down the page, where you can find the term Luminism listed under shortcuts to some of the longer articles. Alternatively, you can use the Search ArtLex search tool. Click the Luminism link, which has some good information on the characteristics of the style. If you're looking for information about museum, exhibitions, or gallery shows of works by a particular artist, Ask Art is a good resource. Ask Art, by the way, is also a good resource for biographical information and style summaries. Information about sales prices of works sold at auction is available through Ask Art, but unfortunately, only to paid subscribers. A lot of valuable information is available for free though. Let's see what museums or galleries have Heed paintings. Click on the museums link for a list of museums that own Heed paintings. On the museum's references page, we see that there are 57 museums across the US that own Heed paintings. Oftentimes, you can find high-quality, trustworthy biographical and stylistic information on artists from museum websites. If you can't find the information you're looking for, or if you need further information or assistance, you can always contact the IPL2 through the Ask an IPL2 Librarian question form. Library science student volunteers and professional librarians are available to help you find the information you need. Thanks for watching this tutorial on using the fine arts resources available through the IPL2.